Long ago, there was once a grand and prosperous kingdom that had plunged into poverty and destitution. Its meager population grew poor and hungry, living each day on the verge of death. Desperate to escape their meager lives and one day leave this indigent kingdom, a very small group of the kingdom's citizens had formed a cult that gathered in an abandoned church every blood moon. They used an old cracked mirror to summon and worship an eldritch god. They did so by singing praise, performing blood sacrifices, and offering gifts from what little they had, and in return, the god would bless them with health and prosperity. Ruling over this impoverished, crumbling kingdom was one lone princess, the last of her royal bloodline. She had heard rumors of this eldritch god who had been blessing her beloved citizens with great fortune. Desperate to save her kingdom and with no one else left to turn to, she one day sought to do the same. "I beg of you," she pleaded on her knees before the ancient mirror. "I would sacrifice this mortal body if you could save this kingdom and restore it to its former glory." The god was pleased with this promise. He decided to grant this princess' wish, but it was then the god had learned that he had been deceived. As the princess' blood dripped onto the altar, a strange, unexplainable phenomenon had occurred. God felt its power draining, sucked away even. The god had no idea how, but this princess had tricked it, suddenly forcing the god to swap places with her. This high, eldritch deity, a horrific demon presiding over a corner of the infinite cosmos with boundless power, was now trapped in a frail princess' body, left to rule over a kingdom on the verge of collapse. And the original princess had somehow taken her place. She disappeared that night. The mirror had faded. On that day, the eldritch god turned princess made a vow. I swear I'm going to be a better princess than that ever was! And so began her journey to rebuild her kingdom.